What's up, Migo fans? What's up, bad guy fans? That's right. Welcome back to the M.I.B. Master Museum. I'll be your curator today. And guys, we're doing something different today. We're doing something outside of the box, something kind of new. Working with me today, more of a collaboration, that is our super subscriber, Brad, aka the KRESGE card king. That's right. One of our first subscribers gave me a call today and said, "Hey man, I was going through your playlist of videos, and I noticed you don't have any, videos on just bad guys. You got a lot of good guy videos. You got a lot of videos, but you don't have any just bad guy videos." He said, Brad was like, "Well, why don't you do a video on the toughest, best, worst villains of all time, the meanest, the baddest villains of all time." And he said, but use like Super Friends, use the 1966 Batman series, use those type of guys and put a video together. It was well thought out on Brad's part, and I have to give Brad a lot of credit because I told him, I was like, you know what, let me look and check our playlist and our archives, video archives, to see if in fact do we have an all bad guy video. And we didn't. We did not have an all bad guy video. So we wanted to put together a rogues gallery, as Brad would say. A rogues gallery of some of the meanest, some of the toughest bad guys of all time. And this is what we came up with. And you're looking at some of these guys and you say, well, Cheetah wasn't very tough, but Cheetah was kind of tough. Cheetah could hold her own. Definitely hold her own. Lord knows she gave Wonder Woman all the headaches she needed. And we don't even have to, the Joker simply speaks for himself. And this is our superpowers fist fighting Joker. One of my favorite Jokers that I have in my museum collection. And then you go the 66 Batman series route, the Mad Hatter and Shane, two of the more notorious and colorful bad guys that Batman and Robin had to deal with. And then you get these guys in beautiful Mego form from Figures Toy Company. And Shane is simply beautiful. Just a beautiful rendition of Shane. And Figures Toy Company did a beautiful job on this guy. And definitely a true bad guy. Good old fashioned. Rather punch you in the face. We're not going to do all of these elaborate schemes to kill you. Yeah, we're just going to try to kill you. Good old fashioned shame. That's what shame was. That's our mom and dad's bad guys right there. You know, they're not gonna talk a lot. They're not gonna talk you to death. Our egghead, played by the legendary Vincent Price, brought a whole new spin to being a bad guy. He was the only bad guy I would actually laugh at when he was trying to kill Batman and Robin. I mean, he made it that fun, he made it that crazy, and then that funny. But that was Vincent Price breathing life into this made-for-TV bad guy, Egghead. The Riddler needs no introduction. The Riddler is truly just a legendary foe, adversary of Batman. We've seen him played by many personalities and actors throughout the years on the big screen. But it was the small screen that really got it for me. And this is a retro style Riddler from the early 1970s, put out by Figures Toy Company. Limited. Very desirable. In the very definition of what a bad guy is. Slightly psychotic, but definitely a bad guy. Captain Cold. And I think Captain Cold is punishing the better half of the United States right now with the weather that we've been getting lately. Truly a true adversary. And this is our super friends, Captain Cold. The exact rendition of the cartoon character. Another Figures Toy Company masterpiece. And I'm real picky. I'm getting more picky now with my Figures Toy Company offerings, what I want to get, because I'm trying to stay so close to good quality, good, like hard to find exclusivity. I'm trying to stay inside those realms. And Figures Toy Company, they got a lot of great. They're cranking these guys out, but I haven't been getting any from Figures Toy Company lately. I haven't been picking up any figures lately. I've been combing the edges of the earth to look for new bad guys. But Captain Cold and Figures Toy Company did a beautiful job on this Captain Cold 8-inch Mego style figure. Just a beautiful rendition of the cartoon character. Bizarro. Well, what do you say about Bizarro? What can you say about Bizarro? The very definition of cruelty, mean, tough. Definitely a true adversary of, enemy of Superman's. And once again, Figures Toy Company got this figure just right. Another Super Friends offering from Figures Toy Company. And this is one that was without question I was going to get. And I waited and waited and waited for this guy to come out. I love the Bizarro Superman. All the Mego style Bizarros. So without question, I wanted definitely to get that guy. Guys, we have so many bad guys. I'm bringing them in as we speak. And we did the Joker. We did our Fistfighter Joker. This is the 1966 Batman TV series Joker. Another beautiful rendition by Figures Toy Company. Played by legendary actor, silver screen actor, Cesar Romero, who once again breathed life into this Joker. And we had a lot of great Jokers. Heath Ledger, Jack Nicholson. But Cesar Romero, to me, basically created this role and made it very, very difficult for anybody to really match it, because he did it with such a flair and such a charm. Jack Nicholson came close, and I think he came extremely close because we hadn't had one in so long. But and Heath Ledger took it to a whole new dark level. So they were all great on their own levels, but being a kid and watching the reruns of the 66 Batman TV show, Cesar Romero was my favorite. I know I'll get a lot of argument from that, but that's why we do this. We love to get the chatter started. We love to get the debate started. Leave a comment right underneath this video if you want to yell at me or you want to add something to it. If I missed something, by all means, leave it in the comment section right underneath this video. This is our gold card Joker. A spin-off from the early 1970 Joker with a twist. New styling of the uniform, beautifully done, but just enough vintage flavor kept with this figure to make it a true classic and just an ultimate bad guy. And then, as you can see, I have a lot of Jokers. It's because Joker is one of my ultimate favorites. I love Joker. Mr. Freeze. Not Captain Cold, but Mr. Freeze. Another 1966 Batman character. Beautifully done. Once again, Figures Toy Company truly got this guy right. Head sculpt on this is just gorgeous. Beautifully done. And you say, well, Mr. Freeze he was pretty tough. He gave Batman a lot of problems. I'll tell you this. If you are immortalized with a Mego figure, you were pretty tough. And we give the good guys all the credit. They get all the credit all the time. It's always about good. But we have to start giving these bad guys some credit, because without the good guys, without the bad guys, the good guys truly couldn't shine the way we wanted them to. Here's our Superman version of Riddler. Our Super Friends version of the Riddler. Another favorite of mine. And I'm glad that Brad actually thought about this type of video and wanted to see this video put together like this, because once again it gets me to pulling stuff out of archives, to pulling stuff out of our museum collection, and seeing some of these guys that I haven't really seen in a while. And this is one of my favorite Riddlers, Super Friends, and they got it right once again. Classic styling on the head sculpt, just like the cartoon version. The uniform outfit is dead on. Beautifully done. Beautifully sculpted gloves, hands. You can't beat it. Our Reverse Flash. Another phenomenal figure. Beautifully done. One of the cooler bad guys. And continues to give the Flash all he can handle. Same powers. And I'll go a little further. I think the Reverse Flash uniform is a little cooler than the Flash's. Guys, I think one of the most underrated, overlooked bad guys in villain history is Mr. Mxyzptlk. I first saw this guy in the Super Friends cartoons. I never read the comic books. But to see this guy and see how powerful he was. And he was really goofing around a lot. Imagine if he was actually serious about really killing Superman. You could probably argue and say, I'm going to back this out a little bit, that Mxyzptlk is probably the most powerful bad guy on this staging area. And I'll be hard pressed to find somebody that's more powerful than him. I think probably the second would obviously probably be Bizarro with the Superman-like powers. But even that wouldn't be enough to stop Mxyzptlk. I don't think Mxyzptlk gets nearly the respect that he truly deserves. Burgess Meredith played the 1966 Batman Penguin and played it to a T. Just a great likeness of Mr. Burgess Meredith. And we know him from all types of series. The Twilight Zone. It's probably his most famous role is probably that of Mickey from Rocky. But he made the Penguin, without question. The Sinister Toyman. Guys, I had no rhyme or reason for putting Toyman up here. He's up here for one practical reason. He's tough. I like him. He's a bad guy. But I think the head sculpt and everything about this Toyman, Figures Toy Company, got right. He's a beautiful figure. And I haven't seen him in a very long time, but he's definitely a baddie. King Tut. Another 1966 Batman. Bad guy. Super cool. And just a beautiful figure by Figures Toy Company. Beautiful rendition as well. Guys, what do you think about our bad guys? Our rogues gallery of bad guys. Do you need to add some of these guys to your collection? Hold on. Who's that? The Scarecrow. Wow. Another beautiful figure. And definitely one of the toughest, meanest, and scariest bad guys that poor Batman and his crew had to fight. This rogues gallery of bad guys It had to be done. It had to be made. We would like to thank Brad, aka the KRESGE Card King, for really seeing and noticing the void that we had here at M.I.B. Master Museum. It can't always be about the good guys. The bad guys complete the good guys. Who's your favorite bad guy? There's an awesome question. Who's your favorite? Do you have a favorite bad guy? Who's the most powerful bad guy? And obviously, we probably have to stay within the DC universe. I got it right now. Mib'S. Easy. Without problem. Without any problems. He's the baddest, most powerful bad guy in the DC universe. And I challenge all of my comic book guys out there to find somebody that's tougher than Mib'S. Here's another variant of Egghead. We have a lot of variants of our bad guys. If I really like the bad guy, I'll try to go out and get the variant. If there's a variant out on the bad guy, I'll go get him. Here's our 1966 Batman Riddler. Beautifully done. Frank Gorshin played that role and played it to a T. Guys, we take requests. We hear our subscribers, our viewership. We're listening. You want it, you got it. That's the way we work here at M.I.B. Master Museum. If it's possible, we'll make it happen. Guys, we have a fun, action-packed week in store for you with more surprises, more big productions coming your way. We want you to stay tuned. But more importantly than that, we want you to go to the kitchen. Grab your favorite beverage. Hop on the couch. Kick back. Relax. And tune in to the M.I.B. Master Museum channel. God bless. And keep collecting.